In this question, we've been presented with a beaker which contains a solution of sodium hydroxide. And in the question, we've been provided with the volume and we've been provided with the concentration as well. And we've been asked to effectively figure out, okay, well, what's the number of moles of sodium hydroxide present in the solution? And we've been asked to give our answer to 3 decimal places when necessary. In this particular case, one of the things we would want to start off with doing is looking at what formula would we need to use and what units is the volume provided in, right? So we can see the volume is provided in decimeters cubed. We can see that the concentration is provided in moles per dm³. And typically speaking, I mean, it hasn't been specified in the question, but typically speaking, we want to conventionally provide our answer in decimeters, well, in moles in this case. Yeah, so in this case, what we effectively both are in, you know, we don't need to do effectively any specific unit conversion. We can infer that from the question. Now, one of the things we want to take a look at is the formula, right? So moles is equal to concentration, and that's in moles per dm³, multiplied by volume, okay? And that's in dm³. Okay, and as you can see, once we multiply those, that cancels out and gives us the moles, right? So this is a very straightforward question in this case, and we don't actually need the periodic table to work out anything, because all of this information, I mean the concentration and volume information, it's provided in the question. Okay, so what concentration have we been given? 1.346. So 1.346, and we simply multiply that by the volume, right, which is 0.304. And so I would invite you to have a go at that on your calculator to see what you get. And if you do that, what you should get is 0.409184. In this particular case, part of what we do need to actually pay attention to is, well, the question asked us to give our answer to 3 decimal places. At the moment, we've got effectively to 6 decimal places, so we would need to round this. So it's equal to 0.409, okay? And we would need to give our units for our answer. So it's quite clear from this that our units are moles. However, you can also see from what the units we've worked with in our question, if we take moles, which here we can see it's multiplied by dm⁻3, and we multiply that by the units of the volume, which I'm just going to use a different, let's see, so dm⁻3. We can see very clearly that this cancels out, leaving us the units for the answer, moles. I mean, that should be relatively clear from the question, but in case it was unclear, that's you know, how we come to that. So, and that would be our answer in this case, 0.409 moles. So that is the number of moles of sodium hydroxide in this particular solution. All right.